Morning everyone, and welcome to day 13 of the 30-day strength challenge. Now you've probably noticed that I'm wearing the same clothes as yesterday and the weather's very similar, and that's because I have pre-recorded this one because of the weather forecast. So today we're going to have a look at the back muscles. Now this is something that we haven't yet covered, although of course the back is a commonly injured area. It's a place where I see a lot of people have complaints. So often that is because they have a weakness in the abdominal muscles or the glute muscles or both, which allow the pelvis to migrate forward into an anteriorly tilted position, putting more pressure on that lower back in particular. But also, as well as obviously strengthening those muscles, which will be my first port of call when trying to help people with these sorts of injuries, we also need to consider the back muscles as well. So if we can strengthen this area as well, then it's going to allow us to become more robust in that area too. So there's going to be a couple of exercises I'm going to show you, so we'll get started on them. So first of all, we're going to lie down on our front and we're going to do an exercise called the back hyperextension. So you've probably seen or heard of it before. Now, a couple of technical points to go over first of all. So before we start, we need to make sure that we're going to squeeze our glutes while doing this exercise, okay? So that's really important because as we come up into this position just here, it's going to support our back a little bit more by squeezing our glutes, which will put our pelvis in a slightly different position, and also it will allow you to get up a little bit higher as well. So level one, the easier one, is going to be to have your arms hovering just here. You're going to squeeze your glutes and you're going to come up, and then you're going to hold for a second and then come back down. So these want to be nice and slow and controlled. So you don't want to start jolting really quickly because that can potentially cause an injury. So we want to take our time with these, and actually, as with a lot of things, they are harder when you do them slower. Okay, so that's level one. Level two is to bring the legs up as well. Okay, so and this is where squeezing the glutes is even more important because the glute maximus muscle is what does that hyperextension movement with the hip. So we're going to again put our hands in this position, we're going to hover them up, and we're going to bring our legs up as well and down. Up, hold, and down. So that's level two, and if you want to make it harder still, then you can bring your arms out in front of you and do the same thing. So up, hold, and down. So again, we want to do these exercises to failure, and remember my rules on failure. If the muscle starts to fatigue and you physically can't do the movement, or if you start to compensate by compromising your technique, so for example if you start to jolt upwards, which we don't want to do, or if you feel like your glutes aren't squeezing enough, then obviously that's the point at which you should stop. Okay, so see how you get on with those. Let me know how you get on as normal, so like, comment, share to your friends, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 14.